What's going on, guys? STRIBBERS here, and welcome to episode 10 of PGR2 Road to Platinum. In the last episode we did another 4 races in the Pacific Muscle series, and we're going to be finishing that series today with 4 events. 3 street races and speed camera, and we're going to be starting with a street race. So I decided to give the Mitsubishi Evo a go on Platinum, why not? So we're going to be proving we can win in this car as well as the Skyline. So we're in Yokohama for this race, and there is 8 cars. Yeah, this is a good race, this one. So we've got the Supra, 3000 GT, another Supra, and then I can't see the cars that are ahead. It must be quick because I can't gain on them. Now this corner is usually absolutely mental. Everyone usually spins out at every point. Now it's 2 nearly spun there. So there's a Skyline, there's an RX-7, and then there's an Evo there at the front. So the Skyline's a bit further behind, and the Evo's the front car that's getting away in this one. Now in this episode specifically, on some of these races, there is some bad frame rate drops. It depends on the races really, but I think when there's a few cars in an overtake, or there's a few cars in a street race, say like this one where there's 8, I don't think the game can handle it so well on the 360, so it does get a bit slow in some parts, and the audio also gets a bit crackly as well, so I do apologise if you hear or see anything that's not very good. There's nothing I can do about it playing on a 360, so even if I restart the race it happens in the same point. So, and we're right behind the Evo now, and we kind of forced him into the barrier there. Didn't actually touch him, but blocked off his path, so we're on the second lap and scot-free, pretty much. Just got a drive round sensibly now, not doing anything stupid. He says going extremely close to the barrier on the inside. But I don't even know where the Skyline is in this one. The Mitsi was quite far ahead, the Evo, and then the Skyline was in 3rd or 4th, I think. We'll see where he finishes, but if the Skyline is in front, which it does do in the next race, I think, or maybe the last race. No, it's the next race. If it's in the next race, it does get quite a good lead actually, so you got to watch out for it if it is in front. But we are now coming round to the second to last corner, doing that one pretty perfectly there. 4 seconds behind the car is next car, whichever one it is now. Is it still the Evo? We'll have to find out. Easy win though. Flying through here, full speed, full acceleration. Another win in the bag. This series isn't too difficult overall, to be honest. Not too bad. 1,300 kudos. So the RX-7 actually overtook the Evo there. So the Evo was 8 seconds behind, so it obviously crashed quite badly. And another street race, 2 laps on this one, funky looking track. And I'm going to use the Evo again on this one, in a yellow. Why not? Banana car. Yokohama again. So we start off in 8th as usual, and this is probably the worst event so far for frame rate lag. It's just terrible lag in this one. There's quite a few corners. At the start there you can see it slowed down quite badly, but if you go around the outside here you could avoid all that nonsense where everybody crashes into each other on the first corner. Just what normally happens in online races, and you can cut on the inside of him there, get a nice nudge from the Subaru behind, and then the Skyline is in front. So I tried to outbrake the Evo there, but he decided to brake pretty early as well, so I ended up hitting him on the inside, nearly spinning him out and slowing us down. So right behind the Subaru now. Can we get him on the inside? Show him wide, get him on the inside, and now we've just got to try and make ground on this Skyline. 2 seconds in front he is. But it's not the longest track, this one. We're coming up to the last corner on this track, and it's sort of a hairpin that you can slide and go into the straight. I did tap the barrier there. But this is where the Skyline will show its strengths on the straight. Not much chance of catching him. But we are 0.2 of a second closer to him than the last checkpoint, because that was extremely close. Pushing this car to the limit on this track. Slowly making some ground on him. You can make a little bit of ground on him on each corner, but the corners soon run out when it comes to the finish. So he's only 1.1 seconds ahead now, so we are gaining on him slowly and slightly. On the straight he will pull away slightly though. So we're coming into that corner, doing that nicely. So we are right on his tail now, but we are running out of corners to try and overtake him. So this is the last attempt. I do hit the barrier slightly, but I managed to just push him out the way a little bit. Nothing too bad, but in front now. And then we're coming up to the last corner. That was okay, but he's right behind us in a quicker car. So are we going to do it? This is going to be close. Slingshots round us. Man, that was the closest finish we've had. Could have overtaken us there pretty easily. But I think it was less than 1/10 of a second he was behind us. 61 milliseconds. Bloody close. 7,000 kudos though for that. 15 tokens. So I have won 2 street races in this the Evo, so it's definitely possible. Maybe not quite as comfortable. But the next street race, they're all street races apart from this one. The next speed camera, you have to use the Skyline for this. I don't think you can get this speed in the Evo. Although I've not tried it, but 119 miles an hour for Platinum and 118 for hard, I think it was. And 118 is quite easy. I got 118 about 4 times, and then on my 5th time I did get 119. And the key for this one is no power sliding. So you've got to brake here, be very gentle with the throttle, don't power slide, get it nice and smooth to the outside of that corner. As you can see, my Ghost is ahead, but that was 118 miles an hour, the Ghost, and this one is 119. So it's all about smoothness, that one. Not the hardest one by any stretch, so it's definitely very doable. 119 miles an hour. Actually, I just noticed that in the photo, I think it gets you Ghost in it as well. That's quite good. I'm not sure how a speed camera would pick up a Ghost of your car racing, but anyway, last street race now, picking that funky whitey pink colour, because it's the most manly colour available. So 8 cars in this one, and if you can look at the mini-map, it's a pretty crazy track, this one. 8 cars, 3 laps. First corner, as always, is a bit rowdy, but managed to avoid the majority of that and get on the outside of this Evo. And then, I don't know what the RX-7 was doing there. It was changing lanes going on the inside there, which blocked the Evo, which meant we could go all the way through. So by the end of that second corner, we're in second and already free of everyone, to be honest. But already the Skyline's got a nice little lead, nearly 2 seconds, 1.8 seconds. So we've got to chase him down, which is basically what you need to aim to do in every street race. Avoid the absolute hell that's the first corner, with everyone just charging into each other, and then try and get into second, because the first place car will always get ahead. Every single race, without fail, it will. So you've just got to try and chase that car down and avoid the rest of the pack, because otherwise it just has the entirety of the race just to get away from you whilst you're slowed up by the second and third place. But right behind him now, because the computer, when they control the Skyline, tend to power slide quite a lot, so they do lose quite a bit of speed. We knock him out of the way slightly there, just up the back end there, and then I take this corner completely wrong, hitting the barrier and trade positions once again. So he's in the lead now. Got to catch him up. Let's see if there's an example here. See, there you go, he just power slides around there, even though I do that corner pretty crap, to be honest, as well. So at least he didn't crash, unlike me. So second out of 3 laps, he's pulling ahead now, but he power slides around there, and you see how much speed you lose when you power slide, to the point where we're actually able to overtake him just because of that. And I do power slide around there a little bit, but I think I must have slowed him up by getting in his way slightly. So this is a familiar looking part of the track. So all the events in a series seem to use different parts of the same scenery, so they must design the whole city with the scenery, because this bit looks familiar to the speed trap bit with these walls. Yeah, and they just pick different parts of it for the circuits, I guess is how they do it, because I haven't seen some bits of this in any of the tracks so far, apart from this last one. There's definitely remnants of it. So I think this... was this the speed trap? So you come the other way around here, maybe? No, it wasn't, was it? Similar. Maybe it was, actually. Yeah, we came up the other side, didn't we? And then we came... yeah, so it's just different parts of the city. And then you have a different event in that part. So we're keeping a good lead here on the second lap. 2.7 seconds now. We must have screwed up slightly. But it's a long, twisty track, and I'll take this corner a little bit better this time. Not crashed into the barrier. And I can't even see him in the rear view at the moment. So if you learn the track, I always before I do the races, I'll have a little test run, because no one's going to remember the tracks off by heart. So I'll have a race, even if I crash or whatever, and quite far behind the first place car, I'll see what the track looks like, practice the corners a few times, because there's no point keep restarting the start of the race if you don't know what's coming next, because you might mess up that corner. And I did that for most of them, to be honest. The cone challenges as well, it's nice to see what a lap looks like. You don't want to practice the first bit over and over again on a cone challenge if you don't know what the rest of the course looks like, because you'll get frustrated, because you'll carry your combo through and then you'll come to a bit you don't know what to do on. Whereas if you know the whole track, you know what to do on each bit, and you've just got to keep practicing and practicing. And I'm telling you, nobody goes through the whole game starting it on Platinum and doesn't restart an event. You'll always restart, you'll always have to practice. Some of them I have done first time, some of the easier sort of street races, one-on-ones, some of the speed cameras as well. But most of the time you're going to have to attempt it multiple times and just learn the different techniques to do it, really. Especially on street races, if you get pinned on the first corner or spun out or anything, you've obviously got to restart, because you're not gonna catch up the first car after that, unless they screw up, obviously. But you can't really take that chance. So if you look now, 5 seconds that Skyline's behind. So I think the AI drive the Evo better than the Skyline. They seem to drift everywhere way too much in the Skyline. But we are coming around the last corner now. It's a long old race, this one. But there we are. Final win of the Pacific Muscle Series. 2,000... what we got now? 2,200 kudos for that event. Skyline was 6.3 seconds behind. The Mazda RX-7 still running, as is the other Evo. 7,500 kudos altogether, and we have unlocked the Roadster Series, guys. So, in the next episode, we'll be looking at the Roadster Series cars to see what they have, see what we start off with, see what we can unlock, and see what you need. And then we'll be doing the timed run, cone challenge, street race, and another timed run. And there's quite a lot of events in this one, so the next few episodes will be focused on this series. So I hope you enjoyed, guys. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode.